So, Coach, just to start off, I guess just going into another road trip. What's this week? How's the start of this week been, and what's the team's focus?
Yeah, I mean, just I feel like we've made some progress. I feel like you can never I'm never gonna say we're fixed. I think we are a work in progress, but I was really pleased with so many things that we put forth on against Gonzaga and put ourselves in a position to win that game. Um, Still do just enough to lose games too, and can't quite, you know, timely mistakes and mistakes in who got the shots and who we gave up shots to and things like that still continue to bite us a little bit. But just see, I feel like there's some real growth the last couple of weeks with our
What
team and excited about, getting on the road again and getting a chance to see if we can continue to progress and hopefully find a way to win a game.
Going back to that Gonzaga game, obviously, you guys made it a really tight contest, and just you talked about it on game day itself, but just what were your main takeaways several days later of what the team excelled with, and how has that kind of helped you prepare for the rest of the schedule?
I just thought we moved a lot better, on the offensive end of the floor. We weren't so robotic. We weren't perfect by any means, but against really good defensive teams, we handled them taking some things away, and we made some really smart and decisive cuts and created some easy baskets for ourselves. Again, things that we haven't been able to produce or finish a lot of times this year. Um, People know what you're trying to do now. They game plan. They obviously are trying to stop certain people. I like the fact that we had other multiple players step up and play significant minutes and produce for us. I thought our defense was just, even though we gave up 81, I know that's a lot of points, but I thought our defense was really spot on. Again, just we can't come down with rebounds sometimes. We're a little overmatched on those in some situations. And Gonzaga is really good at making you pay when you make a mistake. And maybe it was a turnover in the backcourt that just led to a layup, um, losing a couple of sniper 3-point shooters that we just were really trying not to do. Whitaker stepped in and just made two big threes for them. I mean, they had some real big time plays that separated themselves from us a little bit. But I like the way we battled.
Eleanor Avila, obviously, we've talked about her, or you've talked about her a lot this season and throughout her career, but she just continues to be dependable in terms of just what she does on the court, but also just the number of minutes she spends on the court. For her to be able to take care of her body and just be available for you guys, how big of a deal has that been with just the conditioning aspect of things?
Yeah, I mean that's really big. She's a little banged up. She really is, and we try to get as much recovery for her during the week as we possibly can. I still need to find minutes for her off the floor and you know continue. I feel really good about Ken's and how she's playing. I thought she really handled the game well against Gonzaga. That's encouraging. Beanie, would have gotten back on the court, but for a sprained ankle. Some of those minutes is a way to take LA off the floor. Just didn't have them when Beanie went down with the ankle. So, but yeah, we gotta keep trying to find ways to protect LA a little bit, get her off the floor, and help her as much as we can during the week to make sure she's not overloaded all week long.
Looking ahead to this weekend, what are you looking to see from these teams that maybe is different or the same from the last time you saw them?
Haven't seen San Diego, so that's brand new to us. We've been watching them from afar. They've played everybody close. I mean, they're a little bit like us. They play a lot of people close and then can't close out the game sometimes. So, new coach, new system. We've not ever played against their system. Dynamic, athletic team, really good defensively. They make everything really hard. They're a little banged up. I don't know if some of their kids are playing. They missed the last game and they still were right there with Portland. So just really impressed with their team and how they compete. And again, it's going to be a real defensive challenge for us to keep, you know, them in front of us, to try to keep some really great athletes that can attack the rim in front of us. And at the same time, they're so solid on the defensive end. It's going to be really hard for us to score, I think. So we gotta keep growing our game and making sure that we give ourselves a chance. So Pepperdine is amazing. They've just been fantastic. I know I don't know if Katie's going to be back. She's having a baby right now or some sort. But still, they're playing fantastic basketball. It just feels like they've gotten better and better every week. Um, Play a 5-out system. So many people in our league are playing this 5-out system that, man, they got snipers, they've got ISO players, they've got people that can attack the rim, athleticism. You got to be ready to switch. You got to be able to, got to be able to guard a lot of different, people. And that's hard sometimes for our bigs to switch on to smalls and our smalls to switch on to big. So really impressed with Pepperdine and some of the wins that they've had. And again, they're playing at a really high level. So it's going to be a challenge for us.
Obviously, this year's been different than in terms of just the results from what you're used to. But what have you learned the most as a coach, as a person going through this season that you believe has helped you even at this stage of your career with all you've accomplished? As what have you learned this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's been the hardest year imaginable in that way, just unexpected. Thought we'd be better in some areas, thought we'd compete better, thought we'd be healthier, thought we had some answers that, quite aren't quite ready yet. And had some real bad missed opportunities too along the way. So it's been disappointing. It's been disappointing for a team that's unbelievably competitive and that wants to win. Um, but the best thing about this is, this group is resilient and this group is for each other and this group is trying their guts out to try to be better. They aren't satisfied. They aren't happy. They're not blaming anybody but themselves and looking in the mirror. Um, and I just can't tell you how grateful I am to be in this with this group. I want success for them. I mean, that's the hardest part. It doesn't really matter for me. I want success for them, and success in this business is wins and losses. So we got to just fight. We can't give in. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. I don't think our kids do. We've had moments of being a little flat and not performing at the level we should and need to and must. And we're learning about that too. And we just got to grow this program and keep getting better and understand that if we do the things the right way, it's going to benefit us in the long run. I don't know if it'll be this year, but I know we're going to stick with this process. We're going to play hard. We're going to continue to try to drive these players to another level. And I know they're excited about February, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to get on a plane and try to play our best against San Diego on Thursday night.